Good morning. Good morning. We are on week 2 of our self care at work challenge. We are going to do this challenge into the end of the year. We started last Wednesday. So last Wednesday at 6:30, I went live on YouTube like I am going this week, and I will go every week until the end of the year to talk about self care at work. I did a challenge before, a self care at work challenge, and it was 1 week. And I thought, we need to do more. It takes 67 days for a habit to become to a habit to become our practice. 67 days. So 1 week was great to get the self-care at work challenge started, but we're doing it for the whole year this time so that we can make sure that not only are we ending the year on a high note, but we are bringing in 2025 on an even more higher note. So that's why we're doing the self-care at work challenge till the end of the year, because we want to make sure that we are we know what to do, we get in the habit of doing it, we're practicing it every day. Now, before I get started, I'm going to reflect on what we talked about last week, because we're going to also do that this week in our self-care at work challenge, and then add on one more thing. So last week, from last Wednesday till today, and we're going to continue it on, so it doesn't stop, but we're going to continue it on. We did the morning routine, and it's not your normal morning routine that you do at home, where you may meditate or exercise or whatever you do in the morning to get going. It's not that, although it's similar, but it's not that. It's our morning routine to start work. So it's our morning routine at actually work. So 5 minutes before we start work, before we clock in, before we click that email open, we are to do three things. One, we're supposed to drink a glass of water. Drink some water to be hydrated. Let's start our work day hydrated. That's the first thing we're supposed to do. The second thing that we're supposed to do, we're supposed to write down three things that we are grateful for about our job. And I talked about this last week, and I'm going to say it again this week. Sometimes the thing that we're grateful for is that it pays the bills. That's all. I can't think of anything else positive to say. Write that down. But I want us to get in the habit of coming up with three things that we are grateful for a job. Some of us dreamed of this job that we have. Now that we've been in it a long time, it's like, eh. But think back. What are three things that you're grateful for about your job? It could be, I work with wonderful people. I enjoy the work that I do. I enjoy the people that I work with, my supervisor, just whatever. I enjoy, we get free lunch, whatever it may be. Come up with three things that you are grateful for about your job. And then the third thing that we're doing for our morning routine, it is to say a prayer or meditation right before the workday starts to set the day, which brings me into the topic of intention. Self-care is intentional. It doesn't come naturally. It is something that we have to do intentionally. It's good for us. We benefit from it, but we have to set the intention for self-care. Because without the intention of self-care, we aren't going to do it. It's not going to just appear. It's not just going to happen. We have to set the motion. We have to do things to make the self-care come to us. So here's a perfect example. Let's say you like ice cream and you say to yourself, I want some ice cream. You say, I want some ice cream. It doesn't magically appear in your hand in front of you. We're not magicians. We don't produce things out of thin air. So when you say, I want some ice cream, I got to taste some ice cream, it doesn't appear. You have to go to your freezer in your kitchen, to the freezer, look to see if you got even ice cream in the freezer. Pull the ice cream out. Get a bowl, if you're going to put it in a bowl, or get a cone, get the ice scooper, put it in the ice cream and dump it out before you can even eat the ice cream. You have steps. There are steps that you have to do to eat ice cream. If you say, I want ice cream, if you don't have ice cream in your house, then you have to either go to the grocery store. You can DoorDash it, which means you just got to wait for it. You can go to a place that sells ice cream like Dairy Queen, but you have to do something. You can't just say, I want this, and it appears. That's the same thing with self-care. We have to be intentional. It's not going to come, and it's something that we must practice every day, or it won't come. We can say we can say we want it. We can say we need it. We can say this is something that I like. But if you aren't practicing self-care, if you're not intentionally doing it, doing the steps, doing the system, it won't come. It will not come. So last week we started the morning routine. I'm going to repeat it one more time. We started the morning routine. It is right before work, 5 minutes before we clock in, open that email. We drink a glass of water to stay hydrated. We write down 3 things that we are grateful for, and that we say a quick prayer or meditation to set the day. We're trying to set the day to have a good day. What we're adding on this week, 1 hour before you're supposed to get off work, before your shift is over, I want you to stop what you're doing. Think about what would make this hour, what can I do at work to finish my work, to be like, when I finish this, I've had a good day. My day is complete. Meaning, so 1 hour before you start work. So let's say you get off work at 5 o'clock. So at 4 o'clock or 3:55, you pause and you say, okay, if I can get through all my emails, then I'm ending the day great. I'm ending it great. If I can get through all my emails, and I'm ending it great. And then you focus on that. Or if I get through this project, get through these things I have to do, if I can get through that in this hour, then I'll end it on a good day. It'll be a good day. The intention. I am trying to have a start the day as high as possible and end the day as high as possible. We're going to work on in between, but if we can start the day high, come in high, start high, and end it high, work can feel a little bit better. So this week, again, the intention is 1 hour before you get off work, you're going to stop what you're doing. You're going to think, okay, what can I do in this hour that when this is done, it'll be a good day. I can say I've accomplished something. Because if you're like me, sometimes you'll be like, I haven't done a thing, and you've been busy all day, but you haven't finished anything. What is that one thing that if I can finish this in the time I got left, it's a good day. I can go off and be like, I had a good day at work. That is what we're going to start today. We're going to do our morning routine in the morning. Again, hydrate, 3 things that we're grateful for, a prayer affirmation to start our day. And right before the end of our day, an hour before, you're going to think, what can I do? What can I get done that will help, that will make this day feel like, okay, I've accomplished something, and you end on a good note. That is the goal that we are starting this week. You have to be intentional if you want self-care. It's not just going to come. It's just not going to appear. You say, I want self-care, and boom, you got self-care. It doesn't work like that. Self-care is when you set the intention to do this or this. So this afternoon, if you haven't already joined, or let me go back a little. If you haven't already joined our self-care at work challenge, it's not too late. You can put the text, send the text saying, count me in, and you'll get weekly text messages. Now, only sending out weekly. A lot of times people are hesitant to give out their cell phone, their text, because you already get thousands of emails. You don't want somebody blowing up your text. So I'm mindful of that. So I only text once a week on Wednesdays. I'm mindful of the time. Like, I wouldn't text this early in the morning. And this week, when I text, is going to be what we're adding to this week. So I don't text all every day. That's not what I'm going to do, because I don't want somebody texting me every day like that. So just one time a week. So I don't want you to be afraid to give out your cell phone number if you want to be in the self-care at work challenge. Now, this afternoon at 6 p.m. on Instagram Live, we have Lauren Williams. And I posted some things about her late last night. She is going to come in and talk about self-care at work, some things that we can do at work, to help with our self-care, some yoga poses, some breathing exercises. That's this afternoon at 6 p.m. on Instagram. So the one and only Lauren Williams will be there. So I hope to see you all there. I want to thank you all for coming on every Wednesday at 6:30 a.m. We'll start our day. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you at work.